here today, this morning, with Courtney Hoppe. Courtney is with an organization that we've worked with many times over the years called Future Insight, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they're doing, how they make a difference in our community, and what she does also at Future Insight. So welcome to the show, Courtney. Good seeing you today.
Yeah, good seeing you. Thanks for having me. You were just too eager to talk about Future
I
Insight,
was
and that's what happened.
Thank you. That's very kind. No, what I meant to do is fade the thing down and then press the button to off, and I just pressed the button off. And it's weird. I will just a side note here.
Yeah.
We used to have music playing that was sort of would allow me to fade in and fade out.
Yep.
And what I found is the music I like is generally royalty preserved or encumbered by royalties, and Spotify doesn't like it. So we rebroadcast this show as a podcast, and if I would have something like playing that was like not royalty free music,
they're coming
Spotify wouldn't let me publish the show. And so, even if it was like 5 seconds of the stuff.
Right.
So I just whatever, forget it. I don't want to mess with that. Because we do like the podcast version, and that I haven't quite figured out how to work in this new world, but I created this problem.
Well, this way everybody knows it's truly live. In the world of AI, this is the real deal.
This is absolutely, AI could never do as bad of a job running a board as I do. So yes, there is that. Courtney, it's so good seeing you today.
Yeah, you too.
I just wanted to start out by talking a little bit about just generally Future Insight. What does the organization do, and what is your role within the organization?
Well, I have a monster of a title. So I'm the Director of Development, Marketing, and Communications for the organization. Future Insight, some folks may know it as the New Hampshire Association for the Blind. The organization's been around for over 100 years, over 110 years, in fact. And we changed our name a significant number of years ago to Future Insight to better represent who we serve and what we do. And that is to advance the independence of individuals who are blind and visually impaired. So we're talking about birth through the elder years, the entire age range. And when we're thinking about birth and toddlers and children, we're also thinking about their parents and their families and the entire support system that they have that we're working with. And when we're thinking about adults and elderly folks, we're thinking about their family members too, because they might have adult children who are active in helping to care for them as well. So the whole idea is that all these individuals have an eye doctor. And that eye doctor is working with them about the medical components of their eye. If you have severe vision loss, or if you were unfortunately born without vision, the eye doctor is working with you to figure out what can we medically do for your vision. What we're doing is helping you adjust to life with vision loss and continue to live as independently as possible and ideally thrive with that vision loss. So if you're a baby and you have some conditions going on, what we're doing is working with the whole family to try and figure out what is this child now capable of at this stage? What is their current situation, and how can they be successful in schooling and hopefully have a meaningful future? If you're an older individual who's losing your sight, which most of us are, nobody's vision is really getting better as they age, you're probably wanting to still live in your home as long as possible and manage your mail and cook meals for yourself and stay socially connected. And our certified individuals are working with you in order to help you continue to do that.
Yeah, I often imagine what it might be like to live in my home without vision, and I actually have no reason to do that. My vision is good. I haven't had any significant deterioration, but I just also often have thought about that. And so I'll find myself doing things like walking around the house with my eyes closed and counting steps and counting stairs and stuff like that. And it's hard. And I mean, it's hard to imagine of a world without sight, such an important sense.
Right.
And I will also say interestingly, this is also National Limb Loss Awareness Month.
Oh.
And a friend of mine, Tina, runs an organization called Less Leg, More Heart, where she is a limb loss survivor. She lost one of her legs later in life, and she founded this organization. And I think there are some parallels here. You're losing, unless you are born without sight, right? You're losing something you had that allowed you to navigate and negotiate and understand and perceive the world.
Right. Yeah, it's the idea of, what do I do now?
Yeah.
What's life going to be like?
Yeah.
And the eye doctor can't really answer that question for you, but we can help you come to the answer to that question on your own. We're not going to answer it for you, but what we're going to do is figure out, what are your goals? Do you still want to be able to work? Do you still want to be able to paint if you're a painter? Do you still want to be able to cook meals, like I said? Or if you're a younger person, do you want to be able to work, get to your job? A lot of these folks obviously can no longer drive, or were never able to drive. So how do I, if I'm working, get to my place of employment? Maybe I can ride the public, bus system, if you're lucky enough to have one of those, if you're in a city like Nashua. But if you're in, the outskirts of New Hampshire, in the more rural areas, there's probably not a public transportation system. So what do you do? And we're helping you figure out those pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah, and as the world has evolved, or is continuing to evolve, there's a lot of new technology coming on board that can be very helpful, but there are also, like, there's, how do you access that? And I think that's part of what you do, is
100%.
to help people to access the world of new technologies and tools that people might use.
Technology is a huge part of it. And a lot of people at first blush don't realize that. I didn't even realize that until I joined the organization. I thought, if you have vision loss, how can you see a piece of technology in order to use it? How does this work? But what you come to realize is that you have a better shot at interacting with technology, because you can increase the font size.
Yeah.
It can also speak to you, and you can interact with it by voice, all of these different Alexa devices and things. So technology is a huge part of the puzzle, and that's what our certified occupational therapists help do, is work with individuals to understand all the assistive technology that's available to them.
I have found myself communicating in writing with the leader of Future Insight, Dr. Randy Pierce, on a number of occasions, and I found that Randy is like, it's so incredible how he uses these tools. I'm like, how did you write that fast and respond to what I said that fast, electronic? And he's just really, really good at it. I found that to be humbling a little bit, and kind of inspiring too.
Right. It's, why am I not doing that well?
Yeah,
I can see. I know.
Absolutely.
It's fascinating. But, you think even about an Apple Watch. That becomes an important tool. And now with the Meta glasses, that's becoming an important tool. But there's different apps and things that are specifically made for individuals with vision loss that help them as well. And so that's what we do. But a lot of these, the majority of the folks we work with are of the senior/elderly population. And there is, a natural, I won't want to say natural, but I'd say this population is a little more tech averse.
Sure.
And so that is a challenge that we help overcome too. And it's amazing to see these folks go from, I'm terrified of using technology, I've never really used it in my life, to embracing it and helping and allowing it to help them continue to live independently. It's a really cool transformation.
Yeah, I've seen that just in my family, with my mother-in-law, who communicates with my wife every day by FaceTime.
Yeah.
Right? And she's, she's not a very technological person. She never had that in her life, but it's really been something that she's embraced, and it's made the world more accessible to her. So listen, I wanted to ask you, who would be the ideal kind of referral for a client to Future Insight? What are the types of people who would be good referrals, and how do they find out about your resources and get involved?
Well, obviously, you can go to our website. Now we understand, if you have vision loss,
of course,
you can still access it through technology. But eye doctors, talking to your eye doctor is the one who's going to send a referral to us for you to begin working with us. So that's probably your best step. You can obviously call us and ask us a bunch of questions, or contact us through our website, and we can talk to you that way. But if you're a friend, a family member of someone is struggling with their vision loss, not necessarily from a medical perspective, but struggling to live independently, please let them know about us, tell them to visit our website, and encourage them to talk to their eye doctor to get a referral to us.
That's futureinsight.com. and that's INSIGHT.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very clever name, by the way.
I thought so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what we're thinking about is the hope now.
Yeah, absolutely.
When the organization was called the New Hampshire Association for the Blind, the word blind really hung there. It just sounded like all we worked with were individuals who are completely blind. And we certainly do. But that is such a small percentage of the severe vision loss population that the new name really encompasses more of the broader population that we serve and allows for that sense of hope for the future.
Right. All right. Definitely. I just love the term and the play on words also, insight.
Right.
Very good. Listen, so you're involved also with resource development and community engagement. Resource development for me always means at least two things. It means fundraising, but it also means, let's call it resource raising for like people who want to volunteer and get involved. What are some of the ways in which people can get involved as both donors, maybe sponsors, or as volunteers with the organization?
Well, number one, the way to get involved is just to get the word out about us so the people who need us can get connected to us.
Advocacy.
Totally advocacy. And so this is a great invitation for us to be able to do that here. So thank you for having us. On our website, futureinsight.org, you can go to the How to Help menu and select the Ways to Give page, and it will outline the things I'm about to speak to. Well, I mentioned before that many of the individuals we serve cannot drive anymore. So we rely on a wonderful crop of volunteer drivers to help individuals who are blind and visually impaired get to vital medical appointments, run essential errands. And a lot of those things happen Monday through Friday during daytime hours. So if somebody listening to this program is retired and has that kind of availability, that's a wonderful way to help further our mission forward. Obviously, financial donations. The thing is, what we do is not inexpensive. We employ certified, trained individuals who specialize in working with a low vision population. So there's an expense that comes with that. And we cover, I know this is a very Nashua-centric program. I grew up in Nashua listening to the station, but we cover the entire state, and we're not going to provide service to somebody living in Berlin because it's too expensive for us to drive there, especially with gas prices the way they are. So some of the folks that we serve have medical insurance. Not all insurances are created equal, and there is a large gap between what is covered and what is not. So your financial contributions help plug that hole, basically. Allow us to continue to serve everyone who needs us, no matter whether they have insurance coverage or can't afford to pay for service.
Yeah, and I will also say another way that I know you can help out is get involved with the upcoming Walk for Sight.
Yes, I was just about to go there.
I'm sure you are, May 16th. And while you're there on the website, you can find Courtney Hoppe's page and help her to raise even more money than you already have, which is unbelievable.
Yes, we're doing all right. But
you're doing great, and others are doing pretty well too.
Yes, we're trying. Yeah, so this is the 23rd year of our Walk for Sight event. It is the third or fourth year it's happened right in downtown Concord. So now we are right in front of the Capitol building, the State House, which to me is so symbolic of what we're trying to do, advocating for these individuals. Let's stand in front of where all the key decisions are made in New Hampshire and let them know that this is an important cause for them to think about, as they're making all those key decisions. But it's Saturday, May 16th. Certainly folks that are listening can register and help us fundraise. They can also just donate to the event if they want. But what we do is we walk a 1-mile route from the State House around downtown Concord back to the State House. We have some exciting speeches. We have some puppies that one day are going to be guide dogs with a little puppy kissing booth. So cute little stuff like that. But the real idea is that this is a collection of individuals who are either a member of what we call the blind and visually impaired community or supporters of the blind and visually impaired community marching through downtown and supporting this cause.
I love it. What a great idea. And I looked at the teams. I have to say, the board walkers. What a clever name is that?
Our board of directors has a sense of humor. I
they
love it.
apparently do. I love that, the board walkers.
Yeah, all the cute names, and a lot of the teams have
Yeah.
their own, team colors and uniforms, and it's fun just to see everybody, collected that day. And a lot of teams are walking in honor or memory of somebody that they, have known to have severe vision loss. So one of the teams is Jaden's Troopers. That's a little boy who has severe vision loss, and his whole family and friends every year join in and support him.
And you have a team of optometrists, the optomists.
Yes, we're very fortunate that we have great relationships, obviously, with the eye doctors throughout New Hampshire, but many of them show up that day as teams as well to support the members of the community. So certainly the folks listening can come to the event, support the event, but, I get it. Everybody's busy. Nobody needs more stuff to do. So you can certainly just donate easily online.
Yeah.
And we also have a 50-50 raffle. It's all online. So you can participate in that. That's a great way to support the event.
What time does the event kick off?
So we open check-in at 9, but the actual walk itself and the opening ceremony starts at 10.
Oh, that's perfect. So we have a pickleball tournament that afternoon.
Oh.
And it's not until the afternoon. So I think if you're like a super enthusiastic human being, which obviously, you're listening to the radio show that talks about good stuff in the community, you must be that person.
Yes.
Go walk with Future Insight on May 16th in the morning, and then come down to United Way's pickleball tournament in the afternoon at the YMCA.
How fun. I just started playing pickleball, so.
Are you good?
Jury's out. I grew up playing tennis. And
it's not tennis.
It's not tennis.
No.
And I approached it as tennis at first and was whacking the balls out of there.
Yeah.
So now that I've reeled it in, I feel like there's hope that I could be good.
Oh, there's hope.
I might need some coaching from you, Mike.
I'm terrible. I've played all but a couple of times, and I have no idea. I don't even basically know the rules. But I'm gonna go. I've registered as a beginner, which is probably an exaggeration of my skill, and I'm gonna go try my best.
Yes.
Listen, we're out of time.
Oh no.
It's
had
amazing.
So many things I wanted
I know
to
you.
say.
I know you do. And
can I say one last quick thing, though?
Well, you can. One last quick thing.
We are hiring occupational therapists.
Wonderful.
Particularly in the Nashua area. So I wanted to mention that. So anyone listening, if you have that certification, please go to our website and take a look at the role.
We also have a Facebook page called Jobs in Greater Nashua, New Hampshire.
I'll make sure
where you can post that.
Yes, I will make sure.
Which has become remarkably popular. Jobs in Greater Nashua, New Hampshire. I named that site. I'm very boring when it comes to naming things.
Sometimes it's good from a marketing perspective. Call it what it is.
That is what it is.
Don't confuse the people. Just
absolutely. Say it. Listen, I wanted to thank you for coming on the show, Courtney, and talking with us today about Future Insight. Such a great organization. The work you do is really fantastic.
Thank you.
Courtney Hoppe is with the organization Future Insight. They're online, futureinsight, SIGHT.org. Check them out. Join their upcoming walk. Get involved. Refer somebody who might be needing services, and support them in any way you can. Thank you again, Courtney. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you. You too.